Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jonathan Bass, and I do content marketing over here at RevenueWell. And thanks for showing up for today's webinar on how to grow your practice with your phone and really market like a boss. I'm really excited to introduce Sean Hamel, the CEO of Grow Practice Grow. I really think from like the moment Sean and I started talking, we just clicked. I've done marketing both inside and outside of the dental space, and Sean's really just one of the keenest minds that I've spoken with, and I come away learning something every time we speak. So I think we're in for a great webinar today. Please stick around to the end. We will have a Q&A, so drop questions in. I will moderate it at the end. And without further ado, Sean, the floor is yours.
Perfect. Jonathan, thank you so much. I appreciate the introduction. Hi, everybody. We are having a couple of technical difficulties with the presentation, so just bear with us. And as always, I'll go through, you'll get my contact information and everything. If there's questions or if there's anything that we go through on here that's incomplete, we can circle up later on whatever that topic may be. So as Jonathan said, in the lead up to this, we kind of advertised it as growing your practice with your phone. And I did have a couple of people that asked me if this was a phone training. It is not. It is how to use your phone to shoot video and to shoot engaging, relevant content that you can use on your social media, that you can use in your practice marketing strategy, and that you can use in patient communications with RevenueWell to really enhance not only your patient experience, but just telling your brand story with effective video without the need to spend a lot of money on equipment, without having to spend a lot of money hiring video crews and people like that to come into the practice. You can actually just use your phone and create really solid content that way. So going through the webinar today, these are the main topics we're going to cover. We're going to talk a little bit about why video marketing is important. I'm not going to delve too much into this. You can independently research the statistics on video marketing. They're ever changing, but long story short, video is becoming more impactful, and it's also becoming consumers' preferred way to digest anything related to a company or to a product or service that they buy. So we're going to touch on that a little bit. We're going to talk about why your phone is better than a camera or buying a piece of equipment or renting a piece of equipment to shoot video. We're going to talk some tools for video creation. We're going to go through how to set up your YouTube channel very briefly. And then we're going to talk about how to pick the topics to discuss. We're going to talk about how to write some scripts. I know in the dental practices that I've worked with, usually the apprehension process, it's usually the same 5 or 6 reasons that dentists and their staff are kind of slow or not really wanting to shoot video. So we'll go through how to not only pick topics to talk about, but how to write some scripts to support it so that you're not just trying to go off the cuff, which I know can be difficult for some folks. We're going to talk specifically how to use these videos for success on Instagram and Facebook. Then we're going to talk about a few best practices, and then I'm going to try to get done a little bit quicker so that we can have kind of an extended Q&A for anybody that has questions or wants to know more about how to execute this in their practice. Also, I have a new ebook that's coming out June 1st. It's called The Art of the Cell. It's basically an in-depth how-to guide on how to use a cell phone to completely revolutionize how you're marketing your dental practice. So if you text video to 66866, I'll actually send you a copy a day early just for being a RevenueWell subscriber. And also, if you sign up this way, I'll send you the slide deck from today. I know RevenueWell will send you a recording of this webinar, but any downloadable PDFs, things like that, we have all kinds of content related to video marketing, script building, and social media that I love to freely give away. So if you just message me or email me or connect with me through just by text and video real quick, I'll follow up with you and make sure that you get the things that you need to not only start executing this, but other aspects of your marketing strategy. So why market with video? Again, 1 minute of video is worth millions and millions of words at this point. And you can do a lot of powerful things with video. As far as video marketing, it's really just incorporating video into the practice marketing that you're already doing, which I'm sure to an extent, some of you have probably shot videos in one form or another. I know there are a lot of products in the marketplace for video creation and things like that. But it's just a really good tool to effectively increase your brand awareness and recognition of the company. It's a good way to stay top of mind. People retain video a lot longer. I know I do. I'm to the point now where if I want to learn something or learn how to do something, I just go to YouTube. And a lot of people are that way. A lot of younger people are that way. I think millennials use YouTube more than any other medium to learn how to do things. And so it's just good for your brand awareness to constantly be putting out video content that doesn't have to be highly professionally created, but that's just impactful. Also with video, it's multi-functioning content. And what I mean by that is you can sit down and shoot a video, and you can take that video and not only edit it and cut it up so that you have pieces of micro content out of this one video, but you can also take that text from within the video. There's a number of solutions on the internet that you can send the video to, and they will actually transcribe the content of what you say, and they'll send it back to you in a Word document. You can take that Word document and create blog posts. You can create social media posts. You can create white papers. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do with the content of the spoken word even after you've used it. Also from the video, you can pull the audio file, and you can use the audio file as a podcast as well. So video is really unique in that you can create multiple pieces of content from the time that you're spending sitting down to create one piece. And as a dentist, you want predictability. You want to be able to manage your time, right? So being able to maximize the amount of content that you're generating, video is the best way for you to sit down and do that. It's the best way for your staff to sit down and do that, because you can take one idea, one thought, and turn it into many pieces of content. Video also drives engagement. Again, if you go through and look at the statistics on video, I don't even have to really sell it to you. Everybody out there is using video, and it's astonishing when I see a practice incorporate video into their marketing mix, how much the engagement goes up. So video will drive engagement. It's also a better return on your investment of your marketing dollars because, as I stated before, the multi-functioning aspect where you're getting more content from less work, but at the same time, you're investing less money, but you're investing more time in the marketing that you're doing. So your engagement will go up, brand awareness will go up, and because you're using your cell phone, cost will go down, your cost per patient acquisition goes down. It's a great way to connect with customers. It's a great way to have fun. You can do Q&A, you can do meet the hygienist, meet the dentist, you can do in-office contests. There's all kinds of things that you can do. And more importantly, it's a really great way to tell your story, tell the aspects of your patient experience that make you different from the dentist down the street. It's just a great way to really, really connect with people and to really keep top of mind with your audience between appointments and also engaging new patients that are coming into the practice. So why is your phone better than a camera? Your phone is always with you. Most of us, our cell phones do a little bit of everything now. They're a personal assistant, a calendar. I don't really have to explain that much more, but your phone really is your best friend. You kind of take it everywhere with you. And so it's always there. So it's easy if you have a thought or a moment of inspiration to just whip out your phone really quickly and shoot a quick video that can turn into an effective piece of content for your practice. And with the steps that I'm going to teach you a little bit later in this webinar, you can really maximize those videos without having to put a ton of money or production value into what you're doing. Most phones these days record up to 4K. They'll record 30 or 60 frames per second, which is really, really good. So there's really no need to go out and buy an expensive camcorder. Your phone can shoot in amazingly high resolutions. They're easy to use, obviously, and the ease of sharing through Facebook, through Instagram, uploading to YouTube, all kinds of aspects. It's really, really easy to create content and share it very, very easily with your cell phone. So again, your phone's always with you. Most people don't really go anywhere without their phone. I have a lot of dentists that have trouble really finding time to sit down and do a video. And so they'll shoot while they're driving their vehicle. They'll shoot, sitting at home. Sometimes I have, a couple of doctors that have just gotten ideas or thoughts of something they want to talk about, and they end up shooting a video at like midnight. Whatever works. The fact is, it's just ease of access to be able to create the content without having to go to a studio, shut down the practice, anything like that. It's just really, really simple to create and shoot video with a phone. And also, the phone's better because it saves you money. You don't have to buy equipment. You don't have to rent equipment. You don't have to pay people to come in and help you. You can sit there with your phone, create good content by yourself, and still get the benefit of the engagement and the higher brand awareness. So tools for video creation really quickly. A lot of docs ask me where they should shoot video. That's really up to you. I like to have at least a few shots in an op or someplace in the office that is just kind of dental, if you will. And then also, anywhere that's quiet and where you feel comfortable is a good place to create content too. So if you want to shoot in your car, if you want to cut out a quiet little place, maybe in your office, or if there's a place at home that you want to shoot, try to choose your location wisely, especially in the practice. You don't want to be anywhere that a patient could get caught in the background, or anywhere that has reflective surfaces where somebody's reflection could get caught in the background. Obviously, that's a HIPAA issue there, but just try to think of somewhere that's quiet, somewhere where you can kind of adjust the light and control the lighting a little bit, and somewhere where you can keep noise to a relative minimum. As far as the backdrop goes, they're not necessarily requisite. I mean, you can get one. They're really cheap on Amazon. There's a ton of different options based on what kind of look you're wanting to go for. Also, you can get green screens relatively cheap on Amazon. There's a lot of video apps that you can download that are cost effective, that you can actually have a backdrop. So you can put your practice logo in the background. You can put all kinds of visual aids you want in the background to make the video a little bit more effective and professional. Again, it's not necessary, and if you're interested in which ones I personally recommend, just shoot me an email and I'll get you a list of the products on Amazon that I like to use, or that I've used personally, or my clients have used to create really good video. Same thing with lighting. You want to have adequate lighting. I like the light rings. I don't know if any of you have really seen the videos, but they give you that really cool halo effect in your eye, which is engaging and it looks good. But there's a host of different light. There's a host of different light options that are on Amazon too. You basically just want to have something that lights you up, right? So you just want to be sure there's no backlighting. You want to be sure that you're getting adequate light on your face. You want to be sure that everything just looks professional to a degree. And again, this isn't an expensive need. A good light ring will run you between probably 40 and 120 bucks, depending on what exactly it is you want. But you'll notice a huge quality change when you go with a professional kind of lighting setup versus just using the light in a given room. Microphones, there's a host of different options here too. A lot of docs use lavalier microphones, which are the little ones that you clip. You can get them with cord lengths up to 20 or 50 feet. These are really inexpensive too, and it's important to have a microphone. So in our cell phones, the microphone's omnidirectional, so it will pick up audio from any different direction. And when you're trying to sit down and speak, especially in a loud environment like a dental practice, that's not ideal, and it's going to cause you a lot of difficulty when you're trying to upload and edit these in diminished audio quality. So I always would encourage my docs to buy a few different microphones and leave one at home, leave one in their car, and then leave one in the office, so that if you do have a moment of inspiration and you want to shoot really quick, you can just plug it in and speak. Also, the headphones that come with your iPhone, they work really well. The microphone that's built into them works great. You can use those too if you want, but just try to have something in your audio mix that's a little bit more than just trying to use the microphone that's in the phone. So stabilization too is an important thing. Our phones have built-in stabilizers, and then in post, so if you use something like iMovie or Windows Movie Maker or anything like that to edit your video content, if you use the stabilization in those apps, they greatly diminish the video quality. So I would encourage you to spend a little bit of money. It doesn't have to be an expensive tripod, or it doesn't have to be any kind of expensive, elaborate setup. It's just your phone, which doesn't weigh that much, but you want to have a tripod or something to stabilize the video while you're shooting it, so just to take that the shakiness out of it and not rely solely on the built-in anti-shake that's in the camera itself. It's just an added step. A tripod will probably cost you 10, 15 bucks for just a really basic, cheap one, but you'll notice a huge difference in the quality of the content that you're making with your phone. Stock music and photography, this brings a really, really good production value to the videos. It's really easy to implement stock music and photography. There's a host of different websites out there that you can use to download free music. The photography, you can use Pexels or Pixabay, anything like that. I was gonna show you a couple of examples, and if you email me, I'll send you the examples I'm gonna show you. The stock music will take your videos to the next level, and it's really, really simple to do. You literally just download the track and then just drop it over the audio track. And I can show you one-on-one, or if you want to follow up, how to do this effectively. But stock music and stock photography will take just a basic video over the top. So I always encourage stocks to kind of find somewhere that they find some imagery that they enjoy, or just go out and look and find 2 or 3 music tracks that you like, download those and just hang on to them and use them over and over and over. Editing software, like I already mentioned, you're going to want to use iMovie on an iPhone. Android has a little bit less selection as far as really good editing softwares. I don't really have one that I'm super jazzed about on Android, but you can always upload this content to your computer and use a video editor on the desktop, which is what I prefer. But again, it's kind of up to what you want and what you feel comfortable using. iMovie, I know on iPhones, is really, really simple to use. You can do a lot of really cool things with it. If you want to shoot like a quick 30-second video, edit it really quick with iMovie, add some music with iMovie, and then upload it. That's a really good option too. And then the last thing that you need really to create effective video with your phone is just a YouTube account. You want to use YouTube for a variety of reasons. The main one being, with YouTube, you can put these videos into your RevenueWell campaigns, and then you want to have a Facebook and Instagram page. So as far as setting up YouTube for success, this is something that I know dental practices are in need of, and we actually will do this for you. If you message me, we can go in and set up your YouTube channel for you. But basically the main steps are, you just register with a Google account. Google and YouTube are kind of one and the same now. You'll create your new YouTube channel using that Google account. So to optimize your channel for discoverability, there's a lot of different things that you can go in and customize. You can also customize tags. You can customize categories. There's a lot of things that you can go in here and do to where it not only makes your content more discoverable, but it makes the suggested videos correlate a lot more to what you're talking about, which is important. I like to keep an eye on what kind of is going on in the vein of what I do, and I'm sure you do too, and it's a good way to see what other practices are doing if you want to continue to generate content and just look for different ideas and things that you can do. So links and descriptive details, again, this is pretty self-explanatory, but you want to go in and take the time to fill this stuff out so that your videos are being found, and they're being found by the people that are looking for this content. The profile photo and the cover art is important too. These are not things that you want to just overlook or ignore. It's important to go in and completely fill out all of the details of your channel so that it looks professional, and so as this discoverability and as you're posting content out on your channels, or if you're putting it in patient communication, if they click back or if they see more videos and it has more videos of your practice listed, if you're covering different aspects of treatment, if you're doing an office tour, whatever it may be, it's good to have a professionally optimized and set up channel to handle that traffic as it's coming through. Custom thumbnails is another aspect that you can bring into your YouTube success. So I'm sure you've seen on YouTube, there's people that have like a still from the video, that's the thumbnail, or they have like a custom image. That's really simple to do. You can create a custom image really quickly, and then you just upload it. I like to include the practice logo, to include the title or the topic that you're discussing. And it's always good if you can to have your photo, maybe a backdrop of the practice itself, something that is actually a part of your brand is really, really good to include in that custom thumbnail. And you can essentially have the same thumbnail and just change the video number or the topic name, and it just gives continuity for the branding. It looks really professional and really good. And then add your videos, obviously, and optimize them for search. This too, with your YouTube, it's going to take some time for you to learn how to do. If you want to get a little bit more in depth with it, just reach out to me and I'll spend the additional time with you going through this. But you want to optimize these for search as far as descriptive text. It's good if you can to put a snapshot or essentially like a script of what you say or a lot of what you say in the video description. So people kind of digest video in different ways, and usually on social media, they'll watch without audio on. On YouTube, people typically watch with audio activated, so they're listening. Social media, they're usually not. I like to just go ahead, especially for search, to include a copy of what you're saying in the video description. So as people are scrolling down, there's literally a transcribed copy of the content of the video right there that they can scan through, read, or if you want to do a quick summation, there's a lot you can do. Plus, you can add URLs to your website, landing pages on your website, social media accounts that you want to push, or if you want to drive likes to Facebook or anything like that, you can do a lot of that in the search, in the copy of the description of the video, and you can optimize it for search again with tags, categories, all that good stuff. So it takes a little bit of time to go in and set this up properly, and it's also important that it's done thoroughly, just to make sure that you're getting the maximum value for everything it is that you're going out and doing and for the videos that you're creating. So topic selection, this really isn't rocket science. It's just more of taking the time to go a step beyond kind of the standard dental calendar that most people stick to. And with your phone, you're going to be generating content that's shorter, so probably under 2 minutes typically, but you're going to be generating more content. So, just constantly think about your patient's lifestyle. So think about, like right now, you have graduation season getting ready to kick off, or that already has kicked off. You've got wedding season, you've got vacations, you've got kids that are playing t-ball, baseball, whatever. There's all kinds of things going on that you could do a quick video about that correlate back to what your patients are going through right now. And the good thing to do with that is you're not necessarily pitching dentistry to them, but you're staying top of mind for them by telling them or by cueing in on aspects of what they're doing or what they're going through right now. So again, it's just really good for the pushing the brand to just stay top of mind and to kind of acclimate yourself to your patient's lifestyle and what they're going through, and just kind of lay out your content plan that way. So use your calendar, obviously use the major holidays. You can have fun with the not so important holidays, or the funny holidays. You can go out and there's a host of different holidays, some days that I didn't even know existed. But you can go out and find those and just have fun with them. I saw some practices today that were having fun with the new Marvel movie that's coming out. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do to create fun, engaging content by just taking the time to kind of go out and look, and especially look at what's going on in your specific community. So if there's a community picnic, community days, anything like that that's going on locally that you can highlight, go out and shoot video about that, engage with people over that, and your local community will latch on and they'll love it. Also, welcome videos to new patients are huge. I know people send emails, but taking this a step further with a personal welcome from the doctor, from the hygiene staff, giving people a brief view of the practice, giving people a brief view of the operatories, this is all really, really good for pushing the brand. and for building people's comfort level with you. Because again, people aren't buying your dentistry because you're a really great clinician. They're buying you and the experience of being your patient and the quality of your work. And so if you can make them more comfortable, and if you can start to connect with them and tell your story to them in a way that they can easily digest, which is like video. Most people don't take the time to read a lot of the content that are on dental websites. Some websites that I go to, and I'm sure you've seen them too, they are just completely covered with content on every different procedure. All the, some dentists have, a 5 or 6 paragraph bio. People don't read that stuff. And you can do a lot more and have a lot more impact if you shoot a really, really good welcome video for the practice. So that's one that I would definitely recommend that you do. Practice tours are always good. Just take your phone, walk around. You can do this one of two ways. So you can shoot an actual tour that you can put on your website. You can also shoot a Facebook cover video that's kind of a brief summation of a longer practice tour video. So you could highlight the front desk, maybe an operatory, maybe some of the equipment you have, and then have a quick shot of yourself and the staff waving. Edit that together really quickly. It doesn't need audio if it's just your Facebook header. But that's something that it's visually disrupting to someone that's going through Facebook or that's used to seeing kind of the standard dental practice setup on Facebook. You can take it a step further and just create something unique and cool where you're connecting with people and they're getting to see you and see your staff, where you're just kind of taking that apprehension away of, okay, this is what the practice looks like. These are the people that I'm going to see. And you just sort of start to build familiarity. Ask the Dentist and Ask the Hygienist are really fun videos that you can do that are easy. Just come up with questions or even ask your patients or your followers for questions. And clue in too on what it is about you that's unique. So hobbies, things that you're into, these are really good videos that you're going to connect with patients, not only because it's an authentic, piece as far as you're not pitching them dentistry, you're just kind of sitting down and being real with them, but you're going to have patients that you have hobbies and things in common with, that it's just going to build a stronger bond and a stronger connection with those patients. So they'll start to refer and engage the practice because you're kind of their guy or their gal. That's where you want to get to, and that's the whole point of using video to connect with your patient base, is just to let them get to know you, to get comfortable, or to like, know, and trust you, as I say a lot. Once you've established that, you have got a patient that's going to stick with you, that price really isn't going to be an issue with, and that's going to refer to the practice. FAQs, again, this is something that is really simple to do. You don't have to do a lengthy video. You can break it up and just do one or two. You can base it on treatment. So you can do, an implant FAQ. You can do one on CEREC. You can do one on Invisalign. FAQs are really fun and engaging. FAQs work really well with Facebook Live and Instagram, which is something I'll get to in just a second. But FAQs are a really, really good thing to do. And I would recommend that you kind of take some of these topics and build a calendar and just kind of cycle through them and just do them over and over and over. But like a monthly FAQ is really, really good for engagement and just for having some fun with your followers and with your patients. Pre and post-op instructions, again, you can put these in your RevenueWell campaigns. It's just an extra step in that patient experience where you're just taking a few minutes to send somebody a quick video just to make sure that they're doing well, or to prep them for something they have coming up. Kind of convey that you genuinely care and you're worried about their health, and just kind of give them that extra step and that extra notion of care because you took a few minutes to shoot a video. It just goes a long way for the patient experience and for them feeling, again, like that they like, know, and trust you, and that you are really concerned about their well-being. Reactivation campaigns. I know RevenueWell has some great campaigns built in that you can send. As far as reactivation with video goes, taking a few minutes just to shoot a quick video of, hey, we miss you. We realize we haven't seen you. Your health is important to us. Turn it on your phone really quick, setting it on a tripod and having your team in the background and just shooting a quick 15, 20-second video of just, hey, we miss you. Please let us know what's going on, or, click here to schedule. Anything like that is really, really powerful, and it's going to kick up engagement more than just kind of a static image or just a static email saying, we haven't seen you or where have you been, things like that. Patient testimonials. I have a sample that I built into the presentation, but we're having a little bit of an issue with an audio problem. But testimonials are really good to shoot too. You can have a patient sit down really quickly, put a microphone on, and just get a quick testimonial of their experience, what they've gone through, what they think of you, what they think of the practice. That's a really, really good one to shoot with your phone. Birthday and holiday messages, same thing. Instead of sending a static image that says happy birthday, send a quick video of you and the staff saying happy birthday. And these don't have to be personalized. Just shoot one happy birthday video, keep it, put it in your email that you're sending out, and that's it, and you're done. Same with, Christmas, Halloween, Easter, whatever. Take the time, have your staff come in one day and sort of knock out your holiday videos 2 or 3 at a time, and then just plug them in and have them. And then as those things come through, you're just uploading the video and blasting it out. Thank you messages. This is, again, I like the handwritten notes. I've always been a big proponent of docs that take the time to do that, but you can shoot a quick thank you message to anyone that comes into practice and just send them a follow-up email. In the email, you can customize it for, if you propose treatment, anything like that you want to do, but just having a quick, thanks, we appreciate you coming in. It means a lot to us, yada, yada, yada. You can shoot a really quick, easy video with your phone and send that out really fast, no problem. Referral request videos too. You can ask people for reviews. You can ask people to refer family and friends, and just shoot a quick video, have it on your website, put it on your social media page, where instead of having a contest or just doing static things, you're just bringing in the added dimension of, we would be honored if you'd refer family and friends, or it's our greatest compliment if you refer your family and friends, and just kind of be done with it. And lastly, you can use all of these videos that you're creating in your RevenueWell campaigns, which is huge. Have some fun with it, have some fun with your patients, and just try to think of ways that you can set yourself apart and that you can just kind of take your patient experience to the next level by having some fun with video, and by not spending a ton of money shooting video really quick with your phone, and being able to maximize the RevenueWell subscription that you're using each month. So really quick, I know a lot of docs don't like to shoot video because they don't necessarily know what to say. So really quick, just to write a really simple, easy script. Again, you're not shooting 10-minute videos. These are the videos I'm talking about are 15 to 60 seconds. Just try to sit down and remember the G.A.T.T acronym. So think about the goal of the video, the audience that you're speaking to, which is probably going to be a segment of your patient base, or you may be speaking to hypothetical new patients. Think of your topic, and then think of the takeaway, or what you want them to walk away from the video thinking. You're going to want to have 2 call to actions at least, which can be, email us or call us, or if you have chat, chat with us or call us. As long as you have 2, or you give people 2 options, that's usually a good thing to do. And also with the call to action, you can kind of gauge which medium's performing better. So if you have some ads where you have a chat, you have some ads where you have an email or a call, you can kind of gauge which one's working better for your patient base. So once you have that idea and you've gone through the goal, audience, topic, takeaway, just sit down and just write a paragraph or 2. Like, just literally don't think about it, just kind of write what you want to say or what your take is, and then go through and revise. There's nothing wrong with it. So just write a couple of paragraphs and then go back through and make it conversational. So start to pull maybe 1 or 2 things that you like that you wrote, and then just take it and kind of strip it down, and then move it into more of, okay, instead of just kind of freehand writing, how would I position this to be something where I'm just kind of conversationally talking? Or if a patient sat down one-on-one across from me right now, what would I say to them? That's a really good way to develop scripting for what you want to say. Try not to go too overboard with clinical, like remember who you're speaking to. which is, everyday run-of-the-mill normal folks. So just try to keep it light and not too clinical. And then write for your platform. So what I mean by that is every channel is different. So with Facebook, you can go a little bit longer with what you're saying. Instagram, obviously you want it to be shorter, especially if you're doing a quick video and you're not using Instagram TV or any of that. Make sure that you're writing for whatever aspect or whatever social media platform you're using. And then use a teleprompter. So there are some apps, we have a solution that I'll go over that includes a teleprompter. A good way that you can kind of create a makeshift teleprompter is to take what you want to say, set up a laptop on a chair kind of in front of you or somewhere within your eye line. And then as you're speaking, you'll have what you want to say right there in front of you. It's really simple and you don't have to spend any extra money. So as far as success with Instagram and Facebook, Instagram TV, I'm sure you've seen it if you have an Instagram account. Instagram's becoming more and more powerful. I personally like Instagram. You can do a lot with Instagram DM. You can do a lot with stories, which is basically a way to kind of make a photo album of the practice. You can make fun videos where you're shooting in kind of a live element. With Facebook Live, it's the same kind of thing, where your patients can comment and you can kind of have a real-time conversation with people. Either way, with Instagram TV, there is, I believe, an hour limit, but they've said that they're going to, at some point, make it kind of unlimited or extend that. But with Instagram TV, you can go in and shoot a video. You can do, office contests. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do. The beauty of Instagram TV and Facebook Live is that it takes the upload and the editing element out of it because you're just kind of going with it. The bad thing is that you're live, so you're going to be kind of going on the fly. But, people are really forgiving when you're using Instagram TV or Facebook Live because they understand that it is live and you've got things that are going on or things that may be out of your control. Just, again, be careful with these that you don't show a patient's face, show anybody in the background, get any reflections, any patient data or anything like that. Just try to be really mindful of that. But both are really good for engagement. Both are really good for making really quick, easy videos with your phone and just having fun with people, talking about in-office promos, all the videos that we listed in the previous slide. You can do all of that stuff with these two, and you'd be amazed at the engagement that you're going to see. Also, with your Instagram TV, you can create a video and upload it later. So if you want to go in and make a video with the steps and the equipment that I previously mentioned, you can do that and upload it with Instagram TV, and then it'll just be there on your channel. Instagram TV you can access through the Instagram app, or they have a standalone app that you can download. Facebook Live is you just open up Facebook, you shoot a video, it's live. The cool thing about it is that it will post and it will stick around after you've done the Facebook Live session, so people that may have missed it can go back and see it. Two really important things when it comes to Facebook and Instagram is just to remember that with Instagram, you're going to be shooting vertical with your phone. Facebook, you're going to be shooting horizontal. And I'm sure if you've gone through and used the platform, you know exactly what I'm talking about with people that tend to shoot vertical with Facebook or YouTube. Anywhere that there's a widescreen experience, it just looks less professional because you've got those big black lines on the side. So just remember the orientation based on which platform you're shooting for. Instagram and Facebook stories, again, it's just kind of a running photo album that you have. You can do a lot with. You can post testimonials. You can post just fun around the office. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do to leverage Instagram and Facebook with video that's going to give you a really, really strong impact with your patient base. So just maximize the impact. There's things you can do. For instance, I like to have offices that start posting that, hey, we're going to be going live in 30 minutes. Hey, we're going live in an hour. And just let them know what you're talking about. So if you're going to be talking about implants, if you're going to be talking about Invisalign, it's just quick, hey, we're going live in 30 minutes talking about Invisalign. Anything like that you can post. If you can write a good description of what you're going to be discussing, if you can go in and, just let people know while you're shooting the video that you see them. So people are going to be able to ask you questions and post while you're recording. And just say, hey, thanks for joining. Hey, please remember to subscribe, and just call people out by their name. It's a really, really good way to engage and maximize the impact of what you're doing. So boosting videos too, and again, I know we're going through this really quickly. I apologize. It's a lot to take in, but boosting videos with the algorithm for Facebook and Instagram for business, you have a lot of followers on your page. Maybe you don't, but it doesn't really matter how many you have. Facebook and Instagram want to make money, and so when you go into your corporate page and you post something, not all of your followers are going to see it, unfortunately. The way that you assure that your followers do see it is you boost your posts, and I'm sure you've seen the options for that. A good way to maximize the video impact without spending a fortune is to go in and create it with your phone, like we've talked about, post it to your social media channels, and then spend $10 to boost it, and you will be amazed at the engagement, the number of people that like it, comment on it, share it, and you're really only in maybe the 20 minutes it took you to create it, and then the $10 you're spending versus what you're paying probably for Google AdWords or what you're even paying for Facebook ads. This is a really, really strong way to connect with your community and tell the story, but also at the same time, you're saving money while maximizing engagement. And again, maximizing that brand awareness to get your new patients in the door, but also to engage and to keep your existing patients referring, thinking about you, wondering what's going on at the practice, and things like that. So real quick, the best practices on how to shoot and execute video marketing with your phone. Make sure that you have really good lighting. And again, if you email me or message me, I will send you the list of the items that I like, not endorsed or anything by any of these companies. These are just the ones that I purchased and I like. Make sure that you edit the resolution you're shooting on your phone. So the main two things you're going to run into with a phone is probably memory problems, which if you're shooting in 4K, you're going to eat up a lot of your memory quickly. You really only need to shoot in 1080, but you can adjust that. I like to shoot in 4K whenever possible, but it's not always ideal unless you have, Google Drive or something set up where as you shoot a video, it's going to your Google Drive folder and you can pull it off of your phone. Just remember to shoot. I like to shoot in the highest resolution possible. The good thing about shooting in 4K is that those videos have staying power. So as we move forward, a 4K video is always going to be 4K, and you'll have the video file forever. So even if you put it into an editing software and you have it, say you go and you edit it and you publish it, you can change the resolution the published file is in, but your evergreen file that you're keeping is 4K. So if you're going to take the time to shoot video, just go ahead and shoot in the maximum resolution. That way you always have it. And as we progress forward in the future and resolutions continue to increase, here in a few years when everything's 4K, great. You'll already have videos that are 4K. You don't have to reshoot, or you don't have things that look not as great because you shot them in 720 or whatever. Stability, again, your phone has built-in stability, but you want to be sure that you're getting a tripod or you're taking to the next step to ensure that there's no shake or anything going on. Even with amateur video, it can be really, really annoying if the video is shaking or if your hand's shaking. So just take the extra time and the few extra dollars it takes to get something where you're bringing just that little bit extra element to having a stable, nice looking shot where things aren't moving or anything like that. The other thing too is when you're shooting with an iPhone, you want to go ahead and lock in. So the way that you do this with your phone is if you just hold your finger on your iPhone, you'll get this AEAF lock screen. And basically, I don't know if you ever shot a video with an iPhone that's a little bit longer, but it will constantly be adjusting and sometimes it can snap out of focus. If you go ahead and lock the resolution like this, it won't do that. And so it just, again, it makes the video quality a little bit better. When you set up your phone to record and you're positioning it on, a sofa or wherever you're going to be sitting, just go ahead and take the time to let it lock in, and then you're done. You don't have to worry about it again. Sound, just remember that the microphone in your phone is omnidirectional, and it's really good to have and a lavalier microphone or any kind of microphone that you want to get where you just get that extra element of quality audio. Orientation, just think about the medium that you're shooting for and make sure that you're shooting horizontal or vertical based on where you're going to post the video. Memory and do not disturb. Again, videos, especially 4K videos, take up a lot of space. So you want to be sure that you have adequate storage before you start shooting. Nothing will drive you crazier, and I've done this, than you sitting down and shooting a video and 20 minutes into it, you know, God forbid you shoot one this long, but just from personal experience, you're shooting a video and halfway through your phone says that you're out of memory. It drives you nuts. So just make sure that you've got enough video for the phone, for whatever you're doing with your phone or whatever video you're shooting, and also set your phone on do not disturb, because you'll still get phone calls and texts. That is not ideal, because after all, it is still your phone. Editing, again, use iMovie. There's a few for Android that I can send you if you're an Android user and you want to know what to use to edit these. And get 2 or 3 stock music files that you like. There's no problem with having the same background music when you're posting videos for the practice. So just go out and find a couple. And same thing with stock photography. Just find a couple stock photography photos that you like, throw your logo on it, and just go ahead and use those over and over. Now, as far as links goes, this again depends on the medium you're shooting for. So with Instagram, you want to probably stick to, if you're not doing like Instagram TV, if you're just posting to Instagram, you want to stick to about 30 seconds. Facebook, I'd try to keep probably between 1 and 2 minutes. And then Instagram, or YouTube, I'm sorry, is where you can go longer. So if you have maybe something clinical that you're discussing, or if you're doing a tour or something like that where it's going to be longer than 2 minutes, you can cut it up and make it shorter. Instagram will do that too, and Facebook won't, but you're just going to lose viewership on Facebook if your video goes too long. You'll see people start to drop off. On Instagram, if you upload it, it will auto shorten it for you. The only problem there is it could just cut off at a really awkward point. So just keep that in mind as you're shooting. Like, shoot one version for Instagram, shoot one version for Facebook, shoot one version for YouTube, or as you're editing it, just cut it up differently for each medium that you're posting it to. And then uploading, again, uploading in social media and editing tend to be the other hang-ups dental practices run into when it comes to creating video, because it does take time, and it does take time to learn how to do. Uploading, especially on, you know, some of the solutions that are out there where you can get equipment sent to your office, or you can have people come in and shoot video. Getting the video actually uploaded to your account can take some time. There's a lot of steps. There's a lot of buttons to push. So, with your phone, it's really simple once you edit, especially if you're using iMovie or if you're sending it to YouTube, to upload really quickly. If you're using a third party's, if you got a machine or something in your office that you're using for your video, just make sure that you fully understand how to use it, obviously, and how to best not only optimize your video for whatever you're uploading, but just make sure that it's not going to diminish quality. It's not going to auto edit, anything like that, with the video that you're taking the time to shoot. And then lastly, the social media strategy. This is something, if you're interested in, message me or email me. I have a few different PDFs that I can send you that just have social media optimization for video as it relates to the specific social media channel that you're looking at. So really quickly, this is a product that we actually offer. It's called Dental View. We partnered with a company called Big View. And basically, Big View is like a TV studio that's in your pocket. We couldn't get the audio to work, unfortunately, on this video, but if you go to the website, you'll be able to see this video. And it just kind of goes through how video is obviously more engaging, different ways that we help dentists create and shoot video. And it goes through the fact that you don't need to spend a ton of money on equipment. You don't need to hire video crews to come in anymore. You can use the steps that we've laid out in this video to create really, really good video with your cell phone that will engage people, that you'll be able to connect with people, and that you're going to see and feel the impact in your social media and your patient communication of that extra element of video added into your patient experience. So with Dental View, again, if you go to growpracticegrow.com/dentalview, you'll be able to see more of this. You get access to the Big View teleprompter app, which in the previous video, you saw the young lady that was standing there shooting video and it was scrolling. That actually will be on your phone, and you're able to shoot video through your phone with the teleprompter app. There's an online video desk that we collaborate on, not only with topics, but also creating scripts and things like that. You get 5 startup scripts to get you going with creating video, and we provide unlimited editing and unlimited cloud storage. So you're not going to be having all that memory on your phone taken up. You'll be able to shoot a video, upload it to the cloud, and then you can delete it off your phone. We also handle your social media posting and strategy. We set up your channel branding. We set up your YouTube account also. If you're not interested in this, but you want to have your YouTube channel set up, message me and we can do that for you too. We also will logo or watermark your video so that it's branded. So in the next screen, when I show you a couple samples, you'll see the Grow Practice Grow logo. It's the same thing with your practice logo. And again, you just want to make sure that you've got that brand awareness, and everywhere that you're putting images, videos, just continue to put your logo in front of people's face so that they're constantly seeing it. You're constantly staying top of mind. And then each month we do online video coaching with our clients where, like this, we'll sit down, we'll talk about topics, we'll talk about different things to try, talk about different promos to run, anything like that. We have a variety of conversations with our docs on what we do. So I'm kind of bummed. I'm really bummed that the audio is not working on these. But these are a couple videos that we shot. This is just showing the CEREC process. And again, here's the logo that I mentioned right here. But we shot these entirely with an iPhone. So these videos get really good engagement. People call the office and ask about CEREC. And again, we shot these just walking around with an iPhone. It took two or 3 hours for us to do this. But you can do so much. And the patients love it. It's really good online to show people kind of the processes and things. And you're not showing them like stock video. You're actually taking the time to go through where they'll see the practice, they'll see you. So these are really, really good, and they're really simple to make. Same thing here. This testimonial video, this patient, we just had her sit down. This, again, is shot with an iPhone. We've got the lavalier microphone on. I've got lighting set up behind her, and she's just sitting in the doctor's office, and we sat down and we shot this video really quickly. And it's done really well. You know, patients love, consumers in general like to base buying decisions based on the experiences of others. And so having testimonials, especially video testimonials, it just takes it a step further than you copy pasting a Google review that you got, or having someone even smiling in a static image. These testimonials are really powerful, and they're really easy and cheap to make if you just buy the equipment and you have it there and you have a patient that's delighted. This lady had Invisalign and was just completely thrilled with the results, and just said, hey, would you mind, you know, can we quote you on that? Like, would you mind doing a testimonial? Sure. And sat down and took 10 minutes and made a testimonial video. These are the kind of things that you can do, and you can crank them out really quickly without having to, again, spend a ton of money or spend a bunch of time trying to set up and coordinate shoots and having to schedule with patients to come in. Just have this stuff ready. You've already got your phone with you, and it will shoot in the quality that you need. You can buy a few accessories to really optimize the production value, and you can get a ton of engagement, and you'll see a complete revolution in the way that your practice markets itself online and the way that people interact with you by adding a lot of video to your online marketing strategy, to your patient communication, and even to your website. So I know we went through a lot of that really quickly. Again, if you have additional questions or anything specific to your practice, you know, feel free to shoot me a message or an email, or you know, I'm sure we can get in touch through RevenueWell if you need to. But Jonathan, I wanted to go ahead and open it up if anybody had questions on anything that we covered really quickly.
Yeah, a couple questions regarding how much time do you recommend practice spend on these type of videos, either during a week or a day or a month?
Uh, that's really kind of subjective based on what they want to talk about and also based on what their goal is. So, day to day, just, there's stuff that you're doing a lot of times in the practice that it's like when I go into a dental practice and I see, an engaged or see a delighted customer or something, you think to yourself, man, this would be a good video. I wouldn't necessarily put a time commitment on it, just more of a topical, like, okay, so this would be a really good thing to cover. Let's shoot a quick video. And once you get the hang of it, obviously with anything, when you first start doing this, it's going to take longer. But as you get used to it and you get used to how your phone works, you get used to how editing works, I mean, you'll be able to crank these things out really, really fast. So I would say just start and just maybe give yourself 20 or 30 minutes a week to just go in and just start practicing. Because too, people say, I don't like how I look on video. I don't like how I sound. I don't know what to talk about. Just kind of, dip your toe in the water and just start practicing a little bit. Give it 30 minutes a week where you're just practicing a little bit. And especially, my doc said it takes a minute for them to really jump in with this once they see the engagement. And I show them a Facebook post of like, look at this post of this video compared to the static image. Like, look at the engagement difference. As soon as they start to see that, the video production starts to kick up more and more. So I would say, just give it 30 minutes and see where that takes you.
Okay, awesome. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, earlier in the presentation you mentioned FAQs. Are there any that you've seen the most success with? So I don't know whether it's like insurance based or if it's explaining a treatment.
Treatment videos, yes. Treatment videos I love. It's like the sample that I showed you just with Sarah. Any treatment that you want to clue in on, those are really good videos. Also, like we were talking about the calendar, this time of year, do videos about whitening, and do videos about Invisalign. So, kids are going to be out of school. It's a good time for parents to hop on the bandwagon of where they're going to need to get their kid to the dentist and they're not going to want to pull them out of school. Like, those are the kind of videos that are good to just do FAQs about. But really, like you said, yeah, insurance is a good one. I like to do FAQs where you're just getting to know the doctor and the doctor's talking to you about why they became a dentist, where they went to dental school, talking a little bit about their family, talking about what motivates them as a dentist. Those are the things that I see the most impact with because you're building authenticity. You're not just talking about clinical dentistry stuff all the time. And also, you don't need to do FAQs necessarily around, kind of basic general topics. Now, you can, and that's the thing is with video, especially, a blog post about the right way to brush your teeth would be kind of boring and you probably wouldn't get a ton of engagement. But you can have a ton of fun making a video about that. So there's not like a standard FAQ that I've seen that works, better than anything else, other than the ones where you're authentically telling your story, and then also where you're cluing in on, okay, like this drive time for this, and so we're going to make videos about this and just address any questions somebody may have about it. We're just going to knock all of them out. That's really, really good to do if you're focusing on one type of treatment.
Going back to the pieces of equipment, when you laid them all out, person said it may
Mm-hmm.
be a tough sell on the doctor to maybe get this entire line out of the gate. Is there one or two pieces like immediately that will help shoot videos? For instance, like is it the microphone or is it better for the lighting?
Yeah, I would say get a microphone and just get something that can help you stabilize. So you can take your phone and like prop it up against a coffee cup or something, and that may work, but you do run the risk of it falling over. So yeah, I would recommend getting a microphone. Again, if you message me, I'll send you the ones that I use. They're like 10 or 12 bucks on Amazon, but they work really, really good. And then just get a cheap tripod that you can stick your phone on and you can shoot video. You know, a lot of them you can slide them up and down, so you can do video standing or sitting. That would be the two main things that I would get out of the gate. When I started doing video, those were the first two things that I bought, and then I got, you know, the light rings and stuff. I kind of scaled up as I got used to doing it.
And looks like one more here. With regards to live videos, is there a certain amount of time that you should be on a live video?
No. Again, it's kind of relative to what it is that you're shooting for. So if you're just doing a patient, you know, a quick patient giveaway, you know, it doesn't have to be long. If you're wanting to do a quick office tour, it may be a little bit longer. The Q&A sessions, you know, just give people time to chime in. Not everybody's going to see it at the same time, which again goes into kind of that build-up of letting people know that you've got a live event coming up. But no, that's the good thing. The cool thing about video too is you can kind of make it your own, and you know, whatever you're comfortable with. Facebook Live is really uncomfortable, even to me, because you're live and you're going, and it's hard to sometimes, you know, you'll fumble over your words. Sometimes you may forget entirely what you want to talk about. Things that weren't planned can happen. So I would recommend starting out small. So maybe give yourself like a 1 or 2 minute max. And then as you get comfortable and your team gets comfortable with you filming, just go out and have fun with it. Again, just be mindful of making sure that you're not capturing a patient face, patient information in any way, because one little boo-boo with that is no good. But other than that, no, there's really no kind of standardized time limit for doing any of this stuff.
Okay, well, that's all for questions. Sean, any final remarks before we sign off?
Again, just thank you all so much for tuning in. Thanks to RevenueWell. Again, if you text video to 66866 and shoot your email address over, we'll get you a copy of the new ebook as it comes out. I'll also follow up with you where you can ask me questions about your practice specifically. And I have a host of different PDFs and help guides for creating video, optimizing social media that I can send you to. So just shoot us a text, get us your email address, and we will get in touch with you. My contact information, you can either call my office or just email me, Sean@growpracticegrow.com, and I will get you taken care of and get any questions you have answered. And I can send you a list, too, of the equipment that I personally like to shoot with that I've gotten on Amazon that will hopefully be beneficial to you as well.
Awesome. Well, Sean, thank you so much for the presentation. Thank you, everybody, for attending. Really appreciate it. I hope everybody learned a lot here, and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you.